Hi guys, just an update because there is a different kind of contact paper that we're going to be using in stores as well. The customers are allowed to and will buy their own contact paper from in store, and this one, for example, is the Spider-Man. Now, this is a lot more complicated than the ordinary clear paper that we have been using, so be very careful about this technique. Right, so let's get started. So you can zoom right in on my hands and to be able to see what we're doing here. Just need to get this open first of all. Alright, now you can see here that this particular paper, you can see it bubbles as you open it out. It's not as flexible as what the other paper is. Now importantly, it's very important to get your book so that it's the right way up. We absolutely do not want to put Spider-Man upside down on the book, okay? So the process is the same. You'll see here that this particular paper fits the A4 exercise book perfectly. So you just need to cut across your line to make sure that you've got enough contact paper. Okie dokie. Same process. Of course, again, the very frustrating little corner that we have to try and get off there. Oh, here we go. Okie dokie. Now, this is where it starts getting a lot more fun. Because this particular paper bubbles, as you can see here, it's actually bubbled. So this is going to make life a lot more difficult for us. So you do your flat fold as per usual. And close your book so that you've got a nice contact there. Use your lines, of course, to make sure that your book is in the right position. Good enough overhang there. And then press it down. Now you can see how bubbled that all is already, okay? So flip it over. Now, instead of using ruler technique, which is what we've been using before, we're going to use sock technique. Okay. Same part of the process as well, but this time you're rubbing it with your sock. And look, you're going to get bubbles, so this is, and it's much more difficult to try and control this. So right from the start, you're going to need to be peeling back your paper every now and then to try and ensure a really nice contact. So there we go, got a nice contact there. Just really, really important that we make sure that we get all the bubbles out, and there we go. Okay, so now we can start this motion here. Oh, sock technique. Wax on, wax off. Wax on, wax off. No bubbles here, which is good. Here we go, just slowly rubbing it across. I'm sure it's very difficult paper this, but as long as you stick to this process, we should be right. I've got an audience gathering, this is wonderful. I feel like Martha Stewart. If you say I look like Martha Stewart, you're in trouble, lady. Okay.
No, I'm not saying anything.
So, now we flip this over. Of course, we go through the usual process of cutting through our corners here. Oh. Keeping our little triangles as usual. Do our incision here and our incision here. Might be best to do a little triangle here as well on this one, because this paper is quite difficult. I think it's best to do a little triangle just so that we get a really nice contact and fold. Okay. Open out your book. and then folding again from the middle as we've been instructed to do beforehand. Oh. Okay, that's one side, perfectly compacted. Yeah, I'll come back to... don't you point at the triangles, I know what I'm doing. I'll come back to the triangles, thank you.
Naughty boy. Naughty boy.
You just keep filming, alright? Righty-ho. Okay, so again, because we've got that lovely contact, we just smooth it out to either side there, keeping it going. Oh, no problem there, but that's all. Oh, sock technique is good.
Good afternoon, customers. In store today, we have 40% off men's and women's boys underwear and socks. So head on over to our menswear and ladieswear departments to save big today, and thank you for shopping here with us at Big W Russell.
Funnily enough, they've got a special on socks, as you probably heard. Once a bubble starts, it's really just gets tricky getting it out. So you know, I wouldn't waste too much time being super pedantic about it, because it's actually the paper, so it gets very tricky. I'm going to come right back, try and get this right from the middle here. If you can get the middle going well. I'm just going to peel this all back and try and get it as good as I can. The beauty about this paper is that you can't see any terrible fingerprints underneath, so it's quite okay. We're getting there, slowly but surely. You can't really do this with the clear paper because unfortunately you'll see all your fingerprints and things underneath it, so. Alright. There's a few bubbles and things there, but it's, you know, this is probably about as good as we're going to get it. So, and flip it over. Okay, cut your triangles out as per usual. Nice clear 45-degree angle. It's probably not the most ideal amount of overhang that we've got on this side, but it'll still be strengthened shortly. Cutting out our little triangles in the ends. Okay, now our triangles go into the corner just to absolutely make sure that we've got a really nice contact there. There we go. Done. So, sock technique is going to be very, very important for this particular kind of paper because it is bubbled. Look, there's a few little bubbles in it, but overall parents are going to be much happier with that than if they did it themselves, because it can be an incredibly frustrating process. Anyway guys, good luck.